Hi everybody, in this video we are going to do hip crossover stretch. So hip crossover stretch is a really good posture exercise to get the backs of your arms waking up, to get your shoulders really firing and your upper back and your mid back firing, to really open up the chest and reduce that kind of hunched posture that so many people kind of struggle with. On top of that, we're going to get some spinal rotation and we're going to get some really nice movement of the hips and pelvis as well. So this is a whole body exercise, and you might get quite distracted with what's happening through your spine and through your pelvis, but the key to this is making sure that your upper body remains really, really switched on throughout. I think the upper body is key here. So we're going to come to a hook lying position to start with. Knees bent, feet flat to the floor like so. We're going to start off by thinking about our hands and our arms. So I'm taking my arms out to the side, my palms are facing down, and I'm keeping my hands, my arms in alignment with the shoulder. So I don't want the arm to be like this. I don't want the arm to be like this. I want that arm in alignment with the shoulder on both sides. The fingers of the hands spread wide. The back of the neck stays long, so make sure that your head's not tilting backwards. If it is, you might want to put a cushion underneath your head to help you with that compensation that's happening through your neck. What I'm doing is I'm pushing down through the palms of my hands, my fingers, my forearms, my upper arms, and my shoulders. I'm trying to draw the shoulders away from the ears, so I don't want the shoulders up round the ears. The neck stays nice and long. And as I stay here like this, I'm feeling a band of muscular work happening from my left hand all the way to my right hand, through the whole length of the arms and through the upper back. From here, I'm not going to shift my pelvis, so I'm not moving my pelvis to the left-hand side as I take my right foot to my left knee. So I did not shift my pelvis sideways. I continue to push down through my hands, through my spread fingers, through my arms and through my shoulders. My arms are wobbling a little bit as that happens. And then from here, once again, without shifting my foot or moving my pelvis sideways, I'm going to rotate towards the side, taking my sole of my right foot down to the ground, the side of my left foot down to the ground. If it's pain-free to do so, I'm turning my head towards the right-hand side and I'm holding here, and I'll set my timer and we'll do this on both sides. We'll do 1.5 minutes. Off we go. So keeping that work through the hands and through the shoulders. As you've twisted, if your range of movement through your kind of spine and your shoulders and your hips is lacking, you're going to notice that you can't ground your foot and the side of your legs. You can put a couple of cushions or a bolster underneath it to bring the ground up to you. And you may also notice that your opposite shoulder is trying to lift up off the floor. The shoulders have to stay grounded as you twist. So if keeping the shoulders down means that your legs can't touch the floor, that doesn't matter, but use that same bolstering system. So whilst I'm here, the sole of my right foot is grounded on the floor or a bolster or a cushion if you're not able to get down to the floor. My head is twisted towards my right hand, so I'm getting a full spinal twist. I'm squeezing my right glute, my right bum muscle, to draw my right knee away from my body. So my right hip here is in external rotation. My left hip is in extension. My upper body is working really hard to stabilize this movement, and I'm getting some spinal twisting going on. Relaxing my face, relaxing my belly, breathing nice and deeply in and out of the nose, breathing into the rib cage and the lower back, pushing down through the hands, the forearms, the upper arms and the shoulders, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keeping the back of the neck long. That's time, sorry. So we're going to come back to center and we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So toes, ankles, knees and hips in alignment, hands and arms in alignment with the shoulders, getting that hand and arm motion kind of set up first so we don't forget it. And then without shifting our pelvis to the right hand side, my left foot goes on my right knee. I twist the pelvis without moving the pelvis. So that's like a different type of movement that I'm describing. The left foot goes onto the floor or onto a stack of cushions. My head twists towards the left-hand side. I start my timer now. I push down through my hands, through my wrists, through my forearms, through my upper arms, through my shoulders, through my upper back, pulling the shoulders away from the ears so they're not up by the ears. Lots of space for the neck here, so because the shoulders aren't around the ears. I squeeze my left glute, my left butt muscle, to drag the left knee away from the body to open up the hip. So don't think about pushing your knee away. Think about the movement happening from the hip. So really try and activate your glute here, and that will help you to understand why we need the hip and the femur to move rather than just kind of like pushing the knee and expecting that to work, because that will probably create like torsion and tension if your hips aren't moving very well. If you don't have the mobility in the same way that I do here, remember a stack of cushions, bolsters, etc. for the bottom of the left foot and the side of the right leg. Notice here that my left shoulder is firmly glued to the ground. So if the left shoulder was trying to rise up, I would need to put more cushioning underneath my legs. Playing around slightly with my spinal position, so you might find a little bit where it feels a bit more of a stretch or whatever. So you can kind of slightly shift your rib cage, keeping that face relaxed, keeping the belly relaxed, keeping the nasal breathing relaxed. Really trying to have those arms firing up and trying to have that glute firing up as it opens the hip. We'll just stay here for about 5 seconds longer to make it even with the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that was hip crossover stretch. Great for shoulder and arm function, great for pelvic and hip function, and great for a spinal twist as well.